Hi, my name's Braxton. Welcome to SheLovesThee podcast. And tonight is going to be Braxton's podcast. I am opening up for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the grandmas, mothers, and aunties. And I'm gonna tell you some jokes. Why did the kid give mom a ladder for Mother's Day? Because she's the best mom on another level. Hi, Mary 305. Hi, Tiger Nation, the undefeated. What did the boy say to his mom on Mother's Day? You're terrific. Next, I'll be sharing breaking news. There was an earthquake in Tennessee. Did y'all feel it? I felt that earth. Hi, Whitley.
else you want to talk about? Your scripture from this week.
If you love me, you will take my commands. John 14:15. Hi, Mary Smith. Math. Next.
Go ahead.
Next, ask me questions.
So you guys have any questions for Braxton? Ask him and he'll answer them. This is Braxton's segment in honor of Mother's Day.
My favorite toy is my Spider-Man. And my favorite game is Roblox and Fortnite. A scientist.
Okay. Do you know your addition facts?
Yeah.
All right. You want to talk about anything else?
Oh, you are all ready for football season. What's your favorite sports? My favorite sports is golf, basketball, and soccer. What is your favorite thing about your mommy? My favorite thing about her is how she takes care of me and how nice she is.
Oh, okay.
What's your favorite gospel song?
Don't you wait.
It's not a song.
You want to sing one?
How about
sing one?
The only gospel songs that I know is ones at my school.
You want to sing one of those?
Those are long.
Just sing a little bit of it. Or no, you don't want to?
We also sing some songs.
Yep.
But that's a baby song.
Well, how about you sing your favorite Jackson State song?
JSU rocks the whole. Oh. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, are you done with your segment? Let me see if you have any more. Oh, what you fixing? Yeah, this is a good question.
I think if we have cinnamon rolls, I might fix cinnamon rolls. I think we have eggs, so I might fix eggs. If we have any, I'll fix her sausage. And if we have cinnamon rolls, I'll fix her cinnamon rolls.
You know how to fix all that?
Yeah.
What kind of eggs are you fixing?
Well, scrambled or boiled? Boiled. Wait, scrambled is much more easier to cook boiled.
No, it is not.
Scrambled?
No.
Yeah, you just gotta crack the egg, put it on the plate, and then cook it.
That
But
sounds like a mess. When all you gotta do for a boiled egg is just put it in the water.
oh,
Somebody asked this question.
are you gonna make Mom your card? I made her card.
You want to talk about anything else?
Anything.
Or we're gonna hop up into it. You want to switch now?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey.
Hi.
What's up, Braxton?
What's up?
Oh, you done got a haircut. Look at you. Oh, that's your pom pom.
Yeah, my pom pom.
You gonna sing I'm So
Dum
Glad?
dum dum.
I'm so glad. Wait.
Hey. I thought you were about to sing it.
Yeah. I'm so glad I went to
JSU singing
Glory,
glory, hallelujah.
hallelujah. Woo!
I'm so glad.
I went
Message
to
Jay made me have a live
JSU.
tonight. All right.
No, I did not. That was
Yes,
you.
you did. I was gonna take the day off.
Hi.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you later, Braxton.
He'll come back later, or he'll be on here.
Look at my drink.
Yeah, I'll pour it for you.
What the world happened?
Fix the light. Hey, y'all.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you how to fix it.
Lord. Lord knows I did not want to get on today because whew, Lord have mercy. I had to watch that baseball game. No, softball was first.
I just made it back from go
Softball was first.
We can't put one of the songs on. Can't put on
Simona.
songs.
What'd you say?
It was a very quiet drive home.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I don't know. Day after day.
Can't put one of the songs on.
Yes. Here, put this one on. Click on that one. How you gonna fix it? You done messed me up. I done called the police because I'm doing a refund. A refund is due unto me. Don't feel like I just been abused out here today. God ain't pleased like this. You can't do the saints like this. Boys, I don't even know if I'm gonna sit out here till the police come. I'm gonna sit out here till the police come. I'm doing a refund. Because I'm doing one of me.
Feliz Madres to all the madres, tias, and I forgot how you say grandma in Spanish, but yeah.
Oma.
I don't know if they made it or not, but I know they lost today, didn't they? Nephew?
Yeah, pull me up one. Pull me up one.
This is simply fruit punch. Wait, I thought you said you was gonna do a cheers.
Oh, I forgot.
Do your go ahead, cheers for what? For happy what?
Cheers for
Abuela, that's
Happy
what it
Mother's
is. I thought it was
Day.
something.
Cheers for Happy Mother's Day.
Don't be coming on here trolling because we lost. We're gonna get blocked. Jay, you were there. Can you talk about the atmosphere a little bit? Were there some Jackson State fans there?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It was pretty quiet, huh? Throughout the game.
Like for the last half of the game, yeah. we tried to make a little more noise, but then
Were they doing the softball chants? Ball in the dirt, ball in the dirt, ball in the
they
ball
was
in the
doing
ball in the dirt.
they was doing so many chants up there.
I that's the only one that I know because I remember Grambling. I don't know what happened to their media team for the softball, but it was a slaughter. We was over there wasting their dirt,
Nah, we was wasting their turf.
wasting their turf. It's dirt. Don't they run on dirt?
Nah, that's turf field out there.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We was over there wasting their turf, getting drug up and down the grass.
Well, it looked like turf. I don't know if it was real grass or not, but it did look like turf from where I was.
And we was getting drugged. Okay. But luckily for y'all and everybody, we have a chance, right? We still have a chance to take home this
Wait, why is there lipstick on the cup?
because I have lipstick on my lips.
I know. Bother
Alright.
me for it.
So luckily for us, that was only the first game that we lost. And
ball in the dark.
it's a double elimination. So
Yep.
let's go ahead and look at this bracket
Crack
real
into
quick.
backing.
I'm gonna pull this up so we can look at it, y'all. Dragging our ass up and down the field.
Really?
Why was they dragging us like that?
Willie,
Didn't show
don't
us
remind
no
me.
type of,
Please don't remind me.
didn't show us no type of mercy, Lord. All right, so this is the situation that transpired. Jackson State. It was Jackson State versus Southern. Of course, we cleared Southern pretty easily. Then Jackson State versus Bethune-Cookman. We beat Bethune.
That was a slaughter right there.
Now that was a slaughter. Yeah, that was big. Then it was Jackson State versus Alabama State. Ooh, that was a close game, wasn't it?
Man, look, I was at work stressing out, trying not to steal chickens and everything.
It's getting ready to be a drought. You getting ready to sell it $300 a chicken.
I can't do that. You know I can't do that.
I know I'm not encouraging my nephew to do that type of debauchery until the real depression comes in. You're gonna have to sneak some of them chickens out there. So I think the final score, if I remember correctly, was 4-0.
Unfortunately.
Jamal. The score was 4-0. You know, I don't really have nothing to say because we just, outside of Alabama State, we just cruised through the bracket like it was nothing. You know, when you are just like on a high where you just beating everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say this, something that was pointed out was the starting pitcher. She had never, I think she only had one start, maybe. Or maybe that was her first time starting as a pitcher in the championship game. So I don't know the status of that other pitcher, but come on. Jeremiah, we couldn't hit anything. Mind you, Florida A&M was in a dog fight with Alabama State. The only reason why they won is because they hit a home run. They was tied up. No, FAMU did not win the tournament because that was only our first loss. And this type of tournament is a double elimination type of tournament. So tomorrow at 11 a.m., there will be a redo.
Oh no, it's 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Yeah, 9.
Damn, that's early as hell.
Look, they said Mother Day and people got church, so they said let's just have this early.
I didn't know it was going to be at 9.
Yeah, it was originally. I think I saw it on. It was originally 11. I think they rescheduled it for 9. I don't know what was the reason behind that.
You taking me for Mother's Day dinner?
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Uh-huh. hibachi place.
Hibachi. I don't want no hibachi.
Oh, you said you want some. What is it called? Lobster.
A crab boil?
Yeah, what do you think crab boil?
Not the hibachi.
Hibachi.
Mhm.
Mama said she wants steak and lobster.
Man, what? I want a crab boil and a. You gonna drive? We're gonna take an Uber. Let me get a margarita. No.
Mm. I know where you're going with that. Nope.
They know black people don't miss Mother's Day. I know that's right. These folks trying to go home. I want to say that in the SEC, the weather kept on being bad, so they didn't even finish their tournament. They just crowned both of them co-tournament or co-champion.
Wait, what happened?
A couple of teams in the SEC, they kept on having bad weather, and so I think the on Sunday they have like it's kind of just like the NCAA March Madness. They have like a selection show. And so I guess they decided just to make them co-champions. I don't know. One of them umpires did look like Coach Cozy's stature.
Cozy was out there. Man, look.
I think he was out there now. I think he was out there.
Let me find out he was out there.
I think he was.
No, I'm just playing.
So, I didn't know that there was an earthquake. Y'all, they done started the rapture already.
Earthquake?
Yes, there was an earthquake in Tennessee.
In Tennessee?
Yes, and they felt it all the way in Atlanta.
Well,
And
they
part
did
of
say
North
it was
Carolina,
an earthquake in Mississippi not too long ago, so I guess I shouldn't be too shocked.
You ready for God to come back?
Not now.
Get your house in order. Oh,
I ain't lived yet. Wait a minute.
day for Jesus is coming. Get your house in order. Speaking of church, Jay, how do you think church is going to be tomorrow for some folks?
Some might not even go after last night. Good Lord,
What about after this past? What about after this past week, nephew? What about after this past week? All the events that has transpired.
I don't know.
Oh, I need one more club night and I'll be ready for the Lord to come.
Not another club night.
What another club night? He said he gotta experience the sin one more time.
The nightlife.
All right, to make sure the guy coming, like he don't come meet you at the club. He don't arrive. It's all fun and games. And then all
go out big, go out with a bang. That's all I say.
Ooh, look at Jamal. Why y'all pick 3 days out of the year to go church?
Look, they be y'all heathens that do that.
Who is y'all, Jamal? Who is y'all? He said 3 days out of the year.
Well, Christmas, Easter, and what else?
Who goes to church on Christmas? I thought it was Easter, New Year's Eve.
But you never know. Sometimes Christmas might fall on a Sunday. It's happened a few times.
That club life might send you to the upper room.
Willie, why you being messy? Why you being messy? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
I've had some days.
Wait, that's the wrong one, Simona. You gotta play the other one.
Sing it, baby.
And
oh, you messy. No.
Wait, that's the wrong version, Simona. You gotta play the other one.
I gotta play the other one. That is being so messy. Braxton, no, please stop. Your time, your segment is at the beginning.
Look, you only have a little. You only let me have a little.
Oh, hey, Braxton, I got a question for you. You ready?
He's got a question for you. Ow, you're hurting me.
So, Braxton, I got a question. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Who got the best man in the land?
The best man.
No, the best man.
Who got the best man in the land?
Wildcats. Let's go.
Go to bed. Go to bed.
Wildcats.
Go bed. Go to 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 bed. See, you know what? Come on. I just keep talking about when you say he.
Why would you ask my son that?
Let's go.
We're HBCU band
First
talking.
of all,
Wildcats.
First of all, why would you ask my son that?
I didn't think he was gonna answer that. I didn't think he was gonna give that answer.
Oh God, have mercy on my soul. Don't be over here setting my baby up for the okie doke. Some things have to be talked about offline before we have to discuss some of these things, because you don't ever know what's gonna come out of the mouth of him. Who's the best football team?
Duck State.
See?
Okay, you redeem yourself. You redeem yourself.
He said the Wildcats. You heard him. That is his favorite song, though. Set my baby up for the okie doke, boy. Lord have mercy. Oh, okay. So, y'all, for if you tuned in to Thursday nights live.
Oh Lord, let's not go back over that again. Lord have mercy.
Drop an emoji in the chat of your face for that particular live. Drop an emoji.
Simone, did you see what Blue just said?
Emoji.
No, wait, no. We're not dropping one. We're asking. You was asleep. If you watch Thursday nights live,
take a drink. Take like 5 drinks.
Okay.
Can we have more of that drink?
No, you don't need any more. I'm not. All right.
Fine, you don't get any more.
So, okay, baby, go over there. Go over there. Go get us a snack.
What's here?
Go get us some crackers and cheese or something.
Cheesy crackers.
Yeah.
I want that.
Okay, but go get it for me. Go ahead. Yep, go ahead. Or okay.
Come on, I'm gonna me like a Heineken after listening to that live on Thursday.
All right, so this is what I would like to say. I would like to apologize for there was some verbiage that was utilized that I do not condone. I could have handled that space better. I could have not monitored, but I could have regulated that space better. Here at SheLovesThee podcast, the views of some of my guests are not views that I hold. So, difference of opinions are allowed on my channel. So, I just wanted to just go ahead and say that, get that out the way. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. So there's my little PR spiel.
Dr. B, how you doing?
Well, hey.
Wait, Dr. B, that's Willie sister, ain't it?
Yes.
Oh, hey, other auntie, how you doing? How you doing?
You remember that scene from The Color Purple where the old man said, "Oop, time to go"? That was me. Tiger Nation said that they got out before the furniture started moving. Hey, Coach Simmons. Ooh, LOL at him saying Wildcats and then my browser crashed. So yeah. So as you can see, we are very passionate about our teams here in the SWAC. Jay?
Simona.
Jay.
All right. So let's talk about what did you tell me that we was gonna talk about? I'm sorry. Y'all, I'm sorry. I gave
go back.
I gave
I gotta
all
go
the,
back over the list. Let me go check my
yeah,
notes real quick.
I was giving it all to Braxton, like, here, you do this.
Let's see what I see.
Okay, I can give you guys an update.
Yeah.
So I have no, not yet.
Popping is so long.
You can go to bed. Move for just a second. You're leaning all on me. Okay, so I have on my community post, I have a lot of posts that update you about the NFL undrafted free agents, the folks that have been drafted.
Oh, the rookies, right?
What happened?
You said the rookies?
Yeah, I've been keeping you guys updated via. You are fast tracking your way to bed. I swear to God. Why are you breathing like that? Lord have mercy. So we have some updates, and I would like to share them with you. So some of the numbers have been issued for the rookies. It's rookie mini camp for several different camps. And so I'm going to bring you all of that information. Of what numbers was what. In the meantime, in the between time, Jay, what else you said we was going to talk about?
Let's see. Oh, we was waiting for. Oh, we could wait. I guess Mr. Ford, we could do a HBCU history session, maybe. As if he decide to hop on.
Okay. I have 4. Okay, here. Go take that to your room. Go to your room, please.
Oh, Joe, why are you pushing me?
Because I don't want you to answer that. Don't answer that on my live. Thank you, Jesus. Go talk to your pappy. All right. I have it together. We need to do a weekly Black Facts with Brax. Now, y'all are putting too much pressure on him. After a couple minutes, he gets to cutting up. All right. So I have some updates for you. You've reached the limit of, I'm trying to find it. Here it go, y'all. I wasn't going to come on, but Jay put me up to it. Can y'all see that? All right. So the Indianapolis Colts defensive lineman Devontae Davis is wearing number 61, the last assigned to Le'Veon Bell. Y'all know Devontae Davis is a Jackson State alum. Washington Commanders DB Robert McDaniel is wearing number 47, last assigned to Zane Gonzalez. A weekly summit with Braxton will be nice. Okay, I'll get that. I'll tee that up. He'll love that. He'll really enjoy that. I remember that Joaquin Davis was one of my undrafted free agents.
Oh, there you go, right there.
He late. I told you Mr. Ford was going to be late. Mr. Ford, you late. And he is a North Carolina Central alum. And he is wearing number 80, last assigned to Greg Dulcich. So that's wide receiver Joaquin Davis. And lastly, yes, I want to say Joaquin is like 6'4", 6'5". He's very tall. And he has really good stats. I want to say his relative athletic score was like crazy. Like it was a green, way above 8. I want to say it was 8.9 or above. Mr. Ford will have the earthquake update from this morning. Okay. Last but not least, and these are just the ones that I have so far. If you know of any, let me know and I'll go search and try to find it. It's just that this particular Twitter literally is posting all of the Rooks numbers. Denver Broncos DB Kendall Bowler. That's, of course, Kendall Bowler from FAMU. He's wearing number 33, last assigned to Javonte Williams. Yeah, he's definitely got he has the speed, the size. So I definitely think that that's going to be one of your undrafted free agents that you want to keep up with. So those are the 4 that I have right now. Of course, you know, Shedeur Sanders, they assigned him number 12. And Shiloh Sanders is Jackson State alum. He is playing for the Tampa Bay Bucks. And he's number 28. But I didn't do one for Shiloh yet. Where is Mr. Ford? Did I drop the correct link? Let me see. I dropped the link. Here it is. Invite, copy. He was in bed when that happened. All right. Let's see. I don't have my phone. My son has it. You got to check out the press conference Shedeur had today. He nailed it. And I posted Shedeur's press conference. It is posted on my page. I haven't been able to find that much footage of like other like any other HBCU players. If you know my like social media or my Twitter and you see one of our HBCU, whether they're undrafted free agents or whatnot, and you see them running around, you can send it to me so that I can post it. But yes, I did post it. That was Shedeur's first conference or press conference. Where is Mr. Ford at?
Altamont, they said that video updated to 200,000.
Look, I was like, I just reposted some of his practice film from yesterday, and I don't know what happened. I guess the algorithm caught it.
Well,
Depending on how that goes, it's gonna be SheLovesShedeur. No. Depending on what that check look like, SheLovesShedeur. No.
Right, I said Google finna cut that check.
Google finna cut a check? Oh, SheLovesShedeur. No, I'm just kidding. I will be covering HBCU. I'll be staying in that lane. But I will say this. Don't be surprised if you see more videos. But I don't know. Actually, I really don't know how that happened, though. I really don't know how it happened. It just picked up in the algorithm. And so for me, I think that would get kind of annoying to continually post a whole bunch of Shedeur videos, hoping that it goes viral. That was just something that I did and it ended up going viral. I don't think I would be doing that. That's too much. Somebody need to get Mr. Ford on the line. I need to ask him a question.
Mr. Ford, you still out there?
New channel. She loves 12 since he didn't get 2. Ooh, okay, y'all. I was trying to wait on Mr. Ford, but we're going to have to go on and continue. Y'all, if you are if you're a part of Who Dat Nation, if you are a part of Who Dat Nation, can you please drop something in the chat? Who Dat Nation, where you at? I know y'all are hot as fish grease. I know y'all are hot as fish grease. It's okay. I understand. I was trying to wait on Mr. Ford. Miss Natasha, what do you think about this? Derek Carr gets to keep the $10 million bonus that he was getting for playing this season. And he gets to walk away without playing one down. And he doesn't have to pay it back.
And he made it big time, Willie. Willie! Willie! He gone! Willie!
What y'all gonna do? Derek Carr is gone. He gone. He gone. Not that he was already kind of like, I'm not going to say he was piss poor, but from what I was told, Archie Manning isn't even going in the draft next year. He's going to stay in college for an extra year because he gets paid more. That oil money. Derek Carr was a generational bag stealer. That man never won a playoff game. See, they don't, a generational bag stealer, he ran off on the plug twice. How do you, he gets to keep the $10 million. So he received like a bonus, a signing bonus in March for, it's not necessarily a signing bonus, but it was like in their contract for $10 million. And then on top of that, being able to keep it, it does free up some space for them. I think they don't have to pay the $30 million, but Derek Carr is retiring from the NFL, and it's supposed to be due to a degenerative rotator cuff injury. My problem with this is it came out right before the draft that there was something wrong with his shoulder. And that's when people were like, oh, okay, grab Shedeur, grab Shedeur, grab Shedeur, grab Shedeur. And then all the other stuff came out about him tanking interviews and all this other stuff. All this other stuff came out about Shedeur. And it's like, I can't imagine. I don't even know if he had an interview with the Saints, but I can't imagine Shedeur tanking an interview for the Saints. And then there's just so much stuff that has came out, but he seems happy at the Cleveland Browns. So, you know, but Who Dat Nation, y'all are cooked. Cooked. I want to say Tyler's show is, I think he paid, how many years did he play? Did he play 7 years? I know a couple of weeks ago, okay, so he's 25 years old. Tyler Show has been college for 7 years. He played for 3 different schools, Oregon, Texas Tech, and Louisville. I'm wondering, with the NIL and the transfer portal and all this other extra stuff, will quarterbacks be coming out of the draft now? Will they be coming out later, which makes them older? Saints gonna take for Arch and get Carson Beck. And I know Carson Beck's like 30 years old. Unk status already as a rookie. He's what's known as a professional student. I mean, hey, that's what y'all wanted. Me personally, Okay, next, let me do this other one because I have questions. See, this is why folks don't deserve. This is why folks don't deserve to be first round. I'm going to share this with you guys. So, which you weren't even, let's just keep it a buck. You did not have the stats to be a first round pick. I'm sorry, you didn't. So Shedeur Stewart decided that he didn't want to sign his contract, and so he's not practicing. I know them those folks in the front office was like, I'm sorry, what?
Participate in mini camp today?
I just decided not to sign those papers.
Do you anticipate signing your contract before Monday to join the team, or you're not sure when that's going to come together?
I would hope so. I mean, I would love to be part of the team. I'd be on the sideline just looking at everybody else do work.
Say how tough it is for you.
Yeah, especially on the first day, it was kind of tough on me.
You're part of the meetings? Are you doing other things as part of this?
Oh yeah, I'm doing everything else. I'm just like on the field stuff. I'm not doing it.
Participate in mini camp today?
Okay, it says first round pick defensive end Shedeur Stewart isn't participating in any on-field work until his contract is finalized, even with a standard injury waivers for rookies. How arrogant do you have to be to tell somebody you are not going to practice and you only had 4.5 sacks in 37 career games for the Aggies? A first round pick. And y'all over here talking about Shedeur. Sir, you haven't even done anything in your college career to even grant you to be a first round pick. Negotiations. No. Them negotiations should have been already finished. The negotiations, what are we talking about here? You had how long did they have to get the negotiations done? Does he have an agent? Like, who is talking to this young man? I can't believe you spent your first round pick on Shedeur Stewart. And this is how he's acting. That's how you gonna act? Trifling. You need to get your head on straight. What do you want to do? If he has an agent, what is his agent doing? Seen Shedeur Stewart push a guard and tackle 5 yards deep into the backfield with one hand on each. He's talented. So this is one of those things where they talk about, is your talent worth the headache that you come with? So Shedeur Stewart must be a prime example of someone who, okay, excuse me for a second. I'm all up in the chat. Okay, so the folks, y'all gonna have to leave Whitley alone, okay? Just leave her alone. She does not come on to the SheLovesThee show and say, let me come in here and mess with Whitley. Let's not do that, okay? She already taken a break from Twitter. I don't need you guys running her off of my show. So leave her alone. Thank you. Thank you. He's 280 pounds and runs a 4.5. Yes, he can do what he wants. I've never heard of that before. His talent is elite. So basically what you're saying is he is a type of diva player that he's the type of diva player that he has the talent to act like this, but Shedeur didn't. Shamar Stewart is the prime example of someone who won the underwear Olympics and isn't a football player and most likely won't succeed in the NFL. I don't know. I'm just saying. If we're being honest, were there signs that he was like this? All right. Here's my next one. My next go-to. This is why I can't take the NFL seriously. I really can't. I can't take it. What the hell is that on Jackson Dart's net? What is that? And look at how he talking to folks. Look at how he talked to folks. This is when we say I can do it, but you can't. This is an example of I can do it, but you can't.
Hey, first thing, before you guys ask a question, could you just introduce yourself for me just to put a face to name and all that? Appreciate y'all.
I really actually think that...
Hey, first thing, before you guys ask a question, could you just introduce yourself for me just to put a face to name and all that?
I really think that folks are like playing in our face because look at this. Jamal, Giants ain't headed nowhere. Nowhere fast. You can't even wear it correctly. You can't even wear it correctly. You can't even wear it correct. It don't even look right on you. Shedeur has his chain tucked. This young man comes out here with his bling bling on. It doesn't give what it's supposed to. At this point, you guys are playing. You're playing in our face, right? Because the New York Giants have decided that they are on a rampage. Dabble, he is on a rampage basically to prove to the media that Shedeur was not a good choice and we passed on him because this, which is fine, but the narratives keep coming out from that camp. Oh, he doesn't know how to read a defense, or he didn't look at the playbook. And they released a video of Dart, and the first video you see is the coach drawing up plays on a whiteboard, and it's like, what is this, the memory game? Like, let's get some shots of him playing football. I don't want to see this. I'm actually not upset. I'm just pointing it out. I'm pointing it out, the differences. And if you have Shedeur saying what Dart said, like to open up.
First thing.
He didn't even say, hey, how you guys doing? Before he even got in good, he said, hey, before we get started, I need all of your names. Like, you can't, if that was Shedeur, let's just keep it a buck. Let's just keep it a buck. Shedeur can't do that. Do y'all want to watch? Okay. Do you want to watch Shedeur's interview? If you want to watch it, drop a yes in the chat. If you don't want to drop it or you don't want to watch it, say no. If whichever one gets to 10 yeses or 10 no's first, that's what we're rocking with Shedeur's interview today. This is his first debut interview with the Cleveland Browns. He didn't go 8-4 in the Big 12 also. Oh, okay. Okay, I got one yes. I got one no. Ed, you've been cutting up. Jamal, you need to be quiet, okay? I've always loved Shedeur. If you knew me before I even had a podcast and I was calling in to other folks' show, anybody can vouch that it was always about Shedeur. Talking about she loves Shedeur. Y'all must have just I'm convinced that some of you folks didn't follow my YouTube, or not my YouTube, follow or know about me before I actually started my channel. That's technically all I would talk about is Shedeur, because folks was hating on him, saying that other quarterbacks in the HBCU space was better than Shedeur. Okay, I think I've seen enough yeses for me. I've seen enough. So you've gone into overtime though. Yeah, because he's not at Colorado anymore. I didn't like it when he was at Colorado. I didn't like it. He's not at Colorado no more, so I can bring it back, right? He's not at Colorado. That's why. He gone out of Colorado. See, if you remember me when I was just a caller, I was a Shedeur fan, super fan.
I think there's a lot of stuff in person I can work on, but overall as a team, I think we came out great energy. The speed and everybody was working hard, working very fast, and being very efficient.
So Shedeur, Tom Brady talked about setting the best draft. So what did you take away from that? His advice to you.
That was it. My story is gonna be similar. I was a late round draft pick, but we're here now, so none of that stuff matters. That just mattered on the day, and I'm just excited to be here and ready to work.
I know it's early, but have you been able to gravitate towards someone, attach yourself to someone in this building in your time here already?
Yeah, I say it's only really rookies in the building right now, and all of them real cool, and they got great personality. So I'm glad to have that team bonding, that team chemistry back, being, on your own with Pro Day and with the combine and everything is more individual for that. So being around that team environment, I'll say, is the best right now.
Shedeur, not many rookies or draft picks have the opportunity to have the President of the United States going to bat for you in the middle of the draft. So what was that like for you?
Oh, no, I was truly thankful. For it. Including him, there was a lot of fans, a lot of people in barbershops, a lot of hairstylists. There's a lot of just fans, of me and of my craft and of my family that was there to support. So I was just thankful that I have that foundation overall, just as people, and we all could come together as one.
Shedeur, you have incredible popularity. You're just starting your career, immensely popular. Why do you think that is?
Why do you think? Well, yeah, I guess that's what it is. I just be myself every day. I can't control what's external. I can only control what's internal.
But with that, Shedeur, how do you block all that stuff out and be a football player?
By doing what my dad raised me to do since I was like 5 years old. You know, I seen it. I seen what he was able to do, and I have a lot of great resources and mentors, you know, to keep me on the right track. And especially coming in this building, we have great coaches in the building, able to, you know, keep me focused, keep me in a straight and narrow line.
What's the balance between knowing you're competing and wanting to be the starter here for a long time, but also being right here, just getting started?
Well, of course, it's day by day. I just find something I want to perfect and just perfect it to the best of my abilities, and that's all I really focus on. And just being there, just being a leader, being a great teammate, doing what I need to do whenever it is. So I'm just thankful for an opportunity. Things could have been a lot worse, but I'm here smiling in front of you all at this facility right now.
Shedeur, what's your interactions been like with Dylan since you guys have gotten into the building together?
Cool, normal. Yeah, it's been normal. He's a real cool guy overall. Yeah, you could tell he always have a great mood. You know, he's always in a good mood. I only been around him 2 days though, but he always have a great mood. But overall, I could tell, you know, he's a pretty good person.
Shedeur, how do you come in here, you know, just from a mental standpoint in your approach? 5th round pick, they did draft Dylan 2 rounds in front of you, and you come into basically a 4-man quarterback competition for potentially a starting job in your rookie year.
I just feel like in life and everything, it's just me versus me. You know, I can't control any other decision besides that. So I just try to be my best self at all times.
Shedeur, can you talk about the community work you've done so far?
This is what Ivy League University.
Wait a minute! Hold on. Wait. Hold up. Didn't nobody ask y'all to do that? Shoot. All right. So the question is going to basically be about the question that is getting ready to be asked is about his community work that he does. And as we all know, Shedeur and some of the players from Jackson State, they started at what, Blackburn? Blue, you need to be quiet because you're wrong as 2 left shoes. Why would you say that? He says, sound like some of the Monday SWAC reporters showed up to ask questions there. Damn, Blue, why would you say that? He says, same reporters. You wrong for that. Lord have mercy. You did not have to say that, Blue. That was wrong.
Typically, every state I go to, I don't really be on like social like that. I got people that just run it for me and stuff. So like what I find fun and interesting, and it's a lot of just, I don't know, it's just joy to me is just going to those high schools, middle schools, and just, you know, engaging with the younger kids, you know, because they mind's not corrupted of other people's opinions. So that's why I find joy and happiness going to different schools and being able just to talk to them and see the joy on their face because they followed the journey. So even through everything, whenever it was going crazy, wild, negative, everything, my happiness was going there. So that's what I always resort to. I always like send pizza to their school, like show them like, you know, that I'm still able to connect with them. They still able to connect with me. And eventually I was supposed to get on the game with them also, but I don't have my game out here right now.
that was the plan regardless of the slide, right? You coming right?
Yeah. All you gotta do is just look it up. You'll see the history. I don't do anything for PR. I don't do anything because anywhere I go, you know, cameras will come. So it's not really nothing I typically try to do. It's just, you know, my life and just what it came with.
Shedeur, it seems like you have really kept your head up. You've kept your spirits up.
Mm-hmm.
You always have a smile on your face, even in the wake of tumbling to the 5th round of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So how have you been able to do that? I mean, you just didn't let this take you down.
I mean, you just gotta step back and look at life. Like, you're in a great situation overall that you're able to be healthy. You know, that's one thing going through, you know, even with my brother going through an injury and my pops and everybody in the family, like you value life and you value opportunity and just waking up every day a different way. So that's kind of why it's nothing for me to really, no matter what, in any situation, I can't really be fazed by it. You know, it's like playing quarterback. You go down there, you may have not scored the whole game or whatever, but then when it gets to that final 2 minutes and it's time to lock in extra, you can't be in your feelings. You can't be down about anything. You know, you still got another chance.
You said you like the kids because their minds aren't corrupted.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Corrupted as in, like, they don't, other people's opinion of you, like, they go based off their own, you know, so they don't have 99% of hatred is, you know, towards Pops. And then I'm just his son. So it really just comes from that. And I told him that too. But, you know, it just comes from him.
Every month, this Airbnb pays me and
That's crazy to have that many commercials in a 10-minute video. Damn. Mr. Ford never came on. Oh, you are so messy.
Whether they say flashy, this, that, like, this the older generation that do it to me rather than the younger people. Because when I come in person, there's no negativity I see, but it's all over online. So that's why I say I like going in person and actually meeting them. And any questions they have, I say, just ask me whatever question you want.
Okay.
Pick any question. No filter, no anything.
I know. I know.
One second, I got you. But yeah, that's what they say, and then I just answer whatever they need me to answer. But the most question they asked me was just like, how is it mentally going through all this? And I just told them it's just like playing quarterback, so I can't be fazed by it.
I know your dad in the pre-draft process had said, like, with everything you've dealt with attention and scrutiny, that you're very well prepared, in his opinion, to take on everything that comes with being in the NFL. Just what has that been like, I guess, throughout your life, and how has he helped you navigate that, especially these last few years?
I say definitely he gave us the spotlight to be able to do that. So he gave us the opportunity. That's all you can ask for in anybody's job and anybody's profession, is just an opportunity to give a chance. The rest after that is on you. So I'm taking every snap out there. You know, I'm getting up after these hits. I'm throwing touchdowns. I'm doing, you know, they got to live it day by day. So that's all he gave us was the opportunity, and we had to navigate and see what we like about, and that's why I study people. Honestly, I study people, see how they handle certain things, see what they do, see different people's tendencies when it's going on. So you won't ever really be able to tell, you know, when I'm frustrated and when I'm not feeling good or anything, because I watch, even self-reflecting, you know, years, even just on sidelines and stuff, you know, I feel like I could have handled better situations. Fly with me across by the mask, but I understood. But, you know, I don't want anybody to form negative opinions, you know, about me, and it's something I could change. So I just took that type of leadership ability within myself to not give that vibe off or not give off that different type of aesthetic of negativity.
Go ahead. When you say watching people, like, do you just mean like in general, or teammates, or
no?
other
Watching people is like other successful people. It's not just the position. I say it's just everybody in life, because like
Monday CRM has the
oh my God, that don't make no sense. Here, I'm sorry, y'all. How much is left of that? I deleted it. That's enough. Wait, I gotta play the other part. There's another part that's missing. But y'all, I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie. After The check just dropped for that video that I did yesterday. And it wasn't even a video I did. It was like a 2-minute like video of him throwing the ball. I can confirm to you that I absolutely will be doing SheLovesShedeur coming soon. What? For a 2-minute video? Oh yeah. Now I see why. I see why folks be Shedeur took a drink. He likes to drink Sprite. Shedeur used the bathroom. Shedeur likes chicken. Like now I see why folks do that. I didn't know why, but I do now. Good Lord. What the heck? For that video? Sheesh. All right. Let me see if I can find the other piece of the video. Baby, I think I made like almost $400 off of that video. $400 for yesterday. $400 for a 2-minute video? I don't gotta do no graphics. I don't gotta do no graphics. $400 for a 2-minute video? Shit. The video from yesterday, Brandy, I posted a video of Shedeur's highlights and they gave me like $400 for a 2-minute video. Shit. Actually, I really don't know how that happened. So it said YouTube recommended it. So I think that's something that has to do with the algorithm. I personally wouldn't want to drop 20 Shedeur videos hoping that one of them goes viral. That's a little bit much to me. Like that's doing too much. Give me a second. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to find the last piece of Shedeur's video, like to play it. You have to hurry before Neely starts his Cleveland Browns channel. Yeah, baby, $400 for a 2-minute video. Good God Almighty. I'm in the wrong business. SheLovesShedeur. Shit. Y'all gonna have to just see me. I mean, I've always loved Shedeur, but shit. See, I never understood why folks like, you have to understand there's a lot of people that came into the space when Dion was here and they will always talk about Dion. And they would get like 10,000 views, 15,000, 20,000 or 50,000 views, but I didn't know that it was like that. What the hell? What the helly? What the helly? $400 in 2 minutes? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm discombobulated. All right, let me find the little piece because there was a funny part for Shedeur's interview. So let me find it real quick.
Not give that vibe off or not give off that different type of aesthetic or negativity.
Go ahead.
When you say watching people, like, do you just mean like in general or teammates or
no,
other
watching people is like other successful people. It's not just the position. I say it's just everybody in life, because like people in life, they go through different challenges, but it's similar. So if it's a financial guy and his business is crashed or something, like how is he throughout those moments? You know, like, is he frantic? Like, is he out of character? So that's why whenever you seen the draft and all that stuff happen, and everything was live. So I was normal. I'm normal throughout everything, because all it is what's the next step. So I was just thinking, what's next?
About that, are we gonna take 3 more? when you got that phone call, your family friend book said that you kind of just let it roll right off your back. You went to throwing the football right after.
Yeah.
Where does that mindset come from?
Well, I jumped in the pool. But I don't even try to think about that day because I got practice, you know, so all that stuff was cool for that time. But now, you know, I got practice. I got to learn the playbook. So
Can you see how it would be? Just where are you at?
We're on day 2.
How's it different compared to Colorado and Jackson State?
Well, of course, it's the league, so you know it's longer, of course. But learning, I feel like I'm on track. Like how you feel like any day 2 system.
Can you see how we're gonna hit Jimmy, K Mart, and then Ray K? Can you see how it would be hard for someone like Dylan to share a quarterback room with you, given all of your popularity?
I just live in my own perspective. I don't live in other people's perspective of how somebody would feel over anything. You know, I don't feel any type of way as a person in anybody's situation. Like, if it's something I like, it's something I respect it. You know, like I don't have any type of negativity or hate in my thought process. So I don't know how to answer that question, truthfully.
Shedeur, you had said things could have been worse. You're healthy, you're blessed, you're happy to be here. But as a guy who, even people in this building, other places have said you don't have day 3 talent. So what's the mindset now as far as the opportunity that's in front of you, as far as proving the type of NFL quarterback you could be?
I mean, thank you for saying that, because I don't like, my job here isn't to prove people wrong. Like, I prove myself right. That's and I fully have self-belief, you know, and what those people say, that's just their opinion. So I don't truly care. They don't really live in my mental space about that type of stuff. It really doesn't do anything for me.
Shedeur, hopefully end up with kind of a fun one here, and that is the Cavs showed you some love and some support throughout this process. And just wondering, have you caught Cavs fever a little bit? What do you think of Donovan Mitchell? And do you think you can get yourself down to one of these games and join in on some of the fun?
Yeah. So, of course, I want to go to the game, but I got to, of course, bring some teammates with me. So we're going to see. Hopefully they make it down the stretch, and then we'll be able to catch one, you know, with a lot of teammates. A lot of stuff for me don't excite me anymore personally. So, like, I like having an atmosphere, like friends, family, you know, around, and being able to share the same experience with them. So I seen they won yesterday. But like I said, I was focused on the playbook. I couldn't even watch the game. So that was pretty much it. But no, I respect everything they're doing. And the downtown, the poster is real nice on there. That's really cool. And yeah, I'm just excited to be here.
I know you couldn't get 2, but did you take 12 just because of the grade? Everyone's wondering why you took 12. Can you kind of explain that, or what happened?
Why I took number 12? It was the best available number for me. That's it.
Will you try to buy 2 from DeAndre?
Nah, I'm not trying to buy anything. My signing bonus ain't that high right now.
Oh, he said, I'm not trying to buy anything. Y'all not finna get no money out of me. We're supposed to. He was too arrogant. Why do y'all keep saying he was arrogant? Picking Jalen Milroe and Dylan Gabriel over Shedeur reeks of collusion. I mean, I guess the collusion is what? That they just don't care about winning? I'm sorry. I'm not getting ready to tank and know that I have a losing season and know that there's a probability that I'm more than likely going to get fired because of it. Here's the thing. You can't fake influence, right? And that's just something that you can't do. You cannot fake influence. So, thank you for sending me this, Brandy. So the Browns rookie running backs, they all, like, all the draftees, they took their picture, and they have him up there with the perfect timing, with the wrist up. I feel like Shedeur is, like they said, he brings the cameras with him wherever he goes. And he just, folks gravitate to that. And he's trying to be humble, but look at what these young men are doing. Are they
doing anything? Here we go. Yeah. Oh, this is for our guy. Maybe in the back.
So are they trying to be funny, or do they really mean that? I don't know. I seen people in the NFL doing it when he was at Colorado. I seen whenever they scored a touchdown, they would do it. Is that rant finally over? What rant, Jamal? About the Giants? Let me pull that up. Y'all think I should do a little bit of NFL work? What y'all think? Stick with HBCU or move a little bit over to the NFL too? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about broadening my horizons a little bit. Just a little bit. What is your wait? So what is your favorite quote from Shedeur?
My job isn't to prove people wrong, it's to prove myself right.
I know that's right, baby. Better say that. Pull up Shiloh's interview. Okay. Let me find Shiloh. Stick with HBCU or y'all gonna be muting me. Ed, what you gonna be doing? Ed, diversified just like primetime, play baseball and football. I don't know. Just don't say you're leaving HBCUs, but still be here like that lady. God told me, listen, God told me. No, but God really did tell me, like, hey, you can't let your alma mater go out like that. These folks are doing too much. You got to go ahead and hop up in the field. All right, let me pull up Shiloh's. God really did tell me that, though. All right. Everybody knows our Jackson State alum. He's such a outgoing, joyous person. Zordon, quit playing. He said he's been leaving for 2 years.
My new media team here.
There you go. That's all we got. You see.
Hey, Logan. Nice to meet you, Shiloh.
Rock, pleasure. Randy.
Jenna.
Scott. Nice to meet you.
What's up?
Lee, please meet you. There you go. Thanks, man.
Oh, my guy with the camera right here.
There you go.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Nice.
All right, I'll just stand right here.
How was yesterday? How was everything going for you, just adjusting and getting down here to Tampa? Saw on your YouTube you're moving down and everything.
My new media team here.
Okay. Shiloh done already submitted to the ritual hazing that takes place between rookies and vets.
Have you had any contact with any of the veterans? Antoine Winfield, anybody reach out to you or not
yet? Yeah. I'm already preparing on Sunday to get in the safety group chat for all the snacks. I'm going to be the snack guy. So we're just going to get a wholesale. I'm going to have everything everybody needs. So
What are the snacks of choice?
because the meeting is really long, so I understand. So
Got to be fueled.
yeah, but we'll find out on Sunday. I might have like a little spreadsheet with everybody's favorite stuff on there. You know what I'm saying?
What about for you?
I'm just a rookie.
But still, the snacks are important for you too.
Yeah, but I have to bring my own up.
Oh.
I gotta make sure that the vets are good. You know what I'm saying? Because they really been helping me and teaching me a lot of stuff. I'm really grateful for that. So.
And you know what's crazy? Did you say what is hazing? Rookie, they be going through it. Not the Costco runs. They about to do Shiloh dirty, boy. You're gonna have to earn your keep over here.
He's been missing me. He's
He's been calling me.
This is basically they asked about has he heard from Shedeur?
He's been missing me. He's been calling me in the morning. He'll call me at like 6 a.m. because we're on the same schedule right now, actually. I think he's doing an interview right now too. So, you know, he wants some brotherly love. You know, he misses me and stuff. His big brother's not next to him no more in practice, and you know, we talk a lot.
Did y'all catch up after yesterday? Y'all's first practice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, he'll call me in the morning, and he actually called me. I stayed later to meet with Coach Rashad, and he had called me during the meeting. I'm like, bro, you messing up my study session, bro. You need to be studying right now.
Yeah.
But nah, we talk actually. I think he really does miss me though. He's been missing me. He's been calling me in the morning. He'll call me at like 6 a.m. We're on the same schedule right now, actually. I think he's doing an interview right now too. So, you know, he wants some brotherly love. You know, he misses me and stuff. His big brother's not next to him no more in practice, and you know, we talk a lot.
Did y'all catch up after yesterday? Y'all's first practice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, he'll call me in the morning, and he actually called me. I stayed later to meet with Coach Rashad, and he had called me during the meeting. I'm like, bro, you messing up my study session, bro. You need to be studying right now.
Yeah.
That's our Jackson State alum, Shedeur Sanders. So in the chat, somebody asked, like, dang, undrafted free agents are getting interviews now. And the reporter said in the chat, like, when they request it, they can request certain popular undrafted free agents to come and talk. And Shiloh was highly requested. So they normally don't, but if someone is popular enough, they'll request to interview them. I could start drama with how he answered that, but I'm a chill. Huh? He's going to be Shiloh Colonel Sanders till he gets that signing bonus. Oh, Lord. Y'all are too much. Y'all are just too much. He going to spend his whole signing bonus at Costco. Lord, why y'all doing Shiloh like that? No, he doesn't mind. I'm sure he doesn't care. At least he already knows his place. He said, I'm a rookie. Like, huh? What you mean I'm a rookie? So he already knows what to expect in terms of his place. I'm a rookie. You think they're gonna do that to Shedeur?
I'm a rookie.
You are a rookie.
I'm a rookie.
You know these folks are rich, right? Who? Shiloh? Shiloh? So when people say like Shiloh and Shedeur are rich, they are rich through their daddy's money, but there's nothing like making your own money, right? Are you trying to go to sleep?
No, I'm really done with you.
But I'm trying to, okay. Maybe they can't wait to hate the fuck out of Shedeur. What if they make him get, they say, do your song, rap your song. Rap your song, rap your song, and they make him rap and they make him rap in front of them. Like, I just, you know, I just could see it, you know. Any news out of Herb's camp yet? Jamal, the New York Giants, have they started their camp? Jamal. Let me see. So I have been following, I've been following it. Okay, so here is the updates that I have, and this was as of May 7th. Jamal, you need to be up on it, okay? Jamal. Jamal don't even be knowing about the Giants. All right, so this is from Giants Future. Jamal, you need to follow this. I'm the extremely rare Giants Phillies fan, but I hate the city of Philadelphia. You need to be following so that you can give us the updates. Here are the names I expect to be at the Giants rookie mini camp based on reports. I saw on here Miles Crawley from Grambling State. So the three quarterbacks that they have is Jackson Dart, Miles Crawley, and Sammy Edwards. The running backs, I do see Irv Mulligan from Jackson State. Let me look at the other page. So those are the two HBCU folks that I see is Irv Mulligan and Miles Crawley are the two rookies that are expected to come to the I don't think that Jamal knows what he's talking about. I don't think he knows what he's talking about. He can't know what he's talking about because Jackson Dart just did a interview. He just did an interview. See, that's why you can't trust Jamal. He don't be knowing what he's talking about. Because they're doing rookie mini camp now. Braxton, you're hurting me. I'm gonna see if I can find something. I don't see anything on here, but I do see that they are currently doing the rookie mini camp now. Of course, that's why he was doing an interview with the press. Dart. So usually what happens, which I didn't know, is the rookie mini camp is like 3 days, and then on Monday is when they'll join up with the veterans. The vets will come through. Yeah. So I'm looking at these pictures. Jamal don't be knowing what he's talking about. Only 3 days. Yeah, Jamal don't be knowing what he's talking about. I'm trying to see if I see. They just keep showing pictures of, I want to say, the drafted ones. Baby, my shoulder is hurting. Can you? Here. No, don't lean on this. There you go.
Ouch, that hurts my hip.
Hurt your hip? Well, put your legs out. Because you hurt my shoulder. Feel like my shoulder is about to give out. Yeah, I don't see anything on here, but I do see that they are currently in practice. So I will. Oh, look, Michael Strahan was there. Well, look, you guys. Bing, 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 bing. You guys see him? Do you guys see him? Let me see if I can make this bigger. That's weird, but there he is right there, y'all. You see Irv? He's behind number 44. He's there, y'all. Woo! You know I'm a detective. You don't want to see, listen, somebody would not want to be in a relationship with me because I would be searching through photos. Oh, there you are, right there. I see you. No, I'm not like that. I'm not crazy like that. But anyway, you guys see Irv? This is at the rookie mini camp, and that's Irv. These particular pictures were taken yesterday. I will look at day 2, but he hasn't posted it yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and follow that particular thing. And hey, Tony, thank you for becoming a member. And at least we see him there, y'all, right? He is there at camp. That was day 1. So it's good to see him there. I was trying to see if I can locate Miles Crawley, but I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not trying to be funny. They should have on a different color jersey, right? I would think. I'm not going to hold you. Majority of these pictures are of the actual draft picks. So it's like basically, yeah. But we were able to locate him. So what that basically means is I will look for other pictures of him there. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to save that one. You doing Saint content or you hate us? Okay, so when I do the content, right, it has to be an HBCU player on that team in order for me to do it. It has, or they would have had to either have played there or, you know, graduated from an HBCU. Come on now, you give me what Saints player played at the HBCU and I'll follow it. Man, Saints gonna take this year. Saints lose every game. Wait a minute, you're hoping that they lose every game? Who is your team? The Atlanta Falcons? Who do the Saints got beef with? Is it the Falcons? That's sad that you would tank for a whole year. I would be pissed if I was the coach because as a coach, you want to win. You want to win. He's behind Scatterboo. Oh, okay. Scatterboo picking 44 is hilarious. Saints got beef with the Sanders cult. Why does the Saints have beef? I don't think that's true, Ed. Shedeur went viral today, and it was not about his practice today. Saints fans were going off about Derek Carr. They were absolutely livid when Derek Carr decided to no longer be a part of the organization because he knew his shoulder wasn't good. He was just trying to, See, this is what I think that happened. I think Derek Carr and his people, they knew that he was done, right? They wanted to make sure that they first secured that $10 million. And then they also wanted to make sure that we get to keep this $10 million and you guys won't try to come back and get it. So I think that that's what happened with the Saints, is that Derek Carr was making sure he got the $10 million in his account because it was like a signing bonus. Make sure that check cleared. Then make sure that the Saints wouldn't try to go back after it. And folks are saying that that Kenny Pickett is primed to go to the Saints. If there was a quarterback trade type of thing, they said that they would actually pick Kenny Pickett because Kenny Pickett has some sort of relationship with Kellen Moore. That was interesting to hear. I hope you're not talking about baseball. Are we losing that bad in baseball? How are we gonna fix it, y'all? We gotta win in softball. Softball is checkout is at 11 for real. The game's at 9 o'clock. Checkout is at 11 for real. Let's look at these stand-ins over here. No, I'm not a fan of Falcons. Ed is SCAMU, so you know they don't do research. Ed's not a part of FAMU, is it? He not a rattler. He a rattler? Kenny probably gets cut. Kenny ain't good enough to get traded. Checkout is at 11. Yeah. Coach Mo should have been had that on sale. Even though he had to end up checking out at 11 his damn self with all our team, he needs to monetize that immediately. They'll check out before going to the field. No, because I would have let them, if they win, I would want to stay in Gulfport. Ed, I didn't know you was a part of that. I did not know. I wasn't familiar with y'all game. All right. So what is it? Top 8 advance or is it top 6? Bethune-Cookman is cooking in 22-4 in conference, 84.6 win percentage, 31-20 overall. Florida A&M is in second place. Alabama State is in third. Grambling is in fourth. Arkansas Pine Bluff is in fifth. Sudden is in sixth. They haven't even won more conference games than us, but we've lost more than them. And dang, Jackson State is in seventh, and Texas Southern is in eighth place. Dang. Oh, God. Omar, he did win 600 wins, but bottom of the bottom place? Barely making it? Barely making it. We barely making it. Oh, no.
How you gonna fix it? You done messed me up to tell this visit. I done called the police because I'm doing a refund. A refund is due unto me. Don't feel like I just been abused out here today. God ain't pleased with this. You can't do the Saints like this.
bottom of the pack, 7th place.
I got something to say.
That takes over.
No, you only have the beginning one. 7th place. 7th place.
But it was only for a little bit.
Okay, well, next time we're gonna have you a whole segment. It's gonna be called Braxton's segment. It'll be 15 minutes long. Deal?
I don't feel like this time.
What place is Valley in? Let me see.
Because that'll be a long time.
Valley is 10th place.
So what are you doing? You want me to lay on your hand or should?
Neither. Here, go get a pillow. Go get up. Up. Go get a pillow.
Can you give me that pillow?
You know your head is so much heavier now that you got a haircut. It feels like 1,000 pounds. Literally big as heck. No. Right here. Right here.
But then I can't see
Okay.
TV.
You don't need to look at it.
No.
No, you are not using my shoulder. My shoulder hurt. You don't need to look at the TV anyway. Oh, God. You so messy. Y'all, I got some more stuff for y'all.
Where's your arm? Oh.
I was told that somebody from FAMU did this. They play too much. They don't want to do that. I don't know why they did us like that, especially considering all the stuff that they got going on. I can't believe they did that. I'm going to send it to y'all. Let me see. I'm going to show y'all. People got jokes about our, situation that happened last week. I was hoping Mr. Ford got on. I could share that information with him. Maybe I'll share it later on. Here. All right.
Is it me or is your underarm just like kabam? I'll hit my head.
No, it's fine. Y'all, look at how they do us. Just messy. Why they do us like that?
Wait, that's you?
No, that's not me.
Oh, I thought that was you. The one.
Go get your other pillow, sweetie. This one's too small. Do y'all see how they did us being messy? Oh God, please help me. They said, man, you should have known based off the denim jacket. Who you thought it was, Whitley? Okay, I want to share something nice. This was supposed to be on Mr. Ford's segment, but he ain't never show up. Ain't enough rhinestones on the jacket, on the hat for me. I know that's right. It's missing something. Okay, I have some news to share with y'all. Okay, Brax.
Double click on Dolores.
I know. Okay. Thank you. All right. Got some news for y'all. Okay. Let me put up the slide, y'all. Let me put it up there for y'all. All right. Got it. Got it. All right. This is going to be a part of the Did You Know section. So, did you guys know that our interim president is actually one of 3 sisters born as triplets? I bet you guys didn't know that, did you? Yes. Jackson State University interim president, Dr. Denise Jones Gregory, is one of 3 sisters born as triplets to Jackson State University alumni Henry and Linda Jones of Columbus, Mississippi. The triplets, following their parents' lead, became legacy students at Jackson State University in 1990 and became legendary as they won 3 elective positions in their freshman class using the campaign slogan, dedicated, determined, devoted. They swept to 3 victories. The president was Denise Jones. Miss Freshman was Dion Jones. And assistant secretary was DeWanda Jones. Fast forward to 2025, and their leadership exploits of 1990 to 91 loom as harbingers of things to come. As in their respective careers, they are Denise Jones Gregory, interim president of Jackson State University; Dion Jones Woody, elementary assistant superintendent of Jackson Public Schools in Jackson, Mississippi; and DeWanda Jones Nelson, assistant principal of Vincent Middle School in Vincent, Alabama. I can't wait. What? I kind of want to have triplets. What? You want to have triplets? Wow. Parents Henry Jones graduated in 66 or class of 66, and Linda Jones class of 71 will celebrate graduation milestones in 2026. Next year will mark 60 years since Henry Jones graduated and 55 years since Linda Jones was awarded her undergraduate degree. The successes of legacy daughters Denise, Dion, and DeWanda should be topics of discussion with their reunion classmates. Wow. Isn't that crazy? It's not crazy, but wow, right? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. I outside of Dr. Denise Jones Gregory, I don't know which sister this is. And this sister. Unless he put it in order. Dion and DeWanda. So that's just something that I wanted to share, that I saw Dr. Hilliard Lackey posted some background information on our acting president, Dr. Denise Jones Gregory, just a little bit of history, because I know Mr. Ford was asking me all these questions like, when did they graduate, or, you know, when is this and when is that? So I have the answer for you. So there's that. Allegedly, I think so. Allegedly, there has been rumors circulating. Can somebody put allegedly in the chat before I actually say it? Yes. Married to JSU quarterback Sean Gregory. Allegedly, the IHL is not interested. That they are not interested in doing a nationwide search this go around. Allegedly, there's a possibility that they will be hiring within. Allegedly, they don't want to do a nationwide search. So, you know, and, you know, there might be a rule that if you're the interim, you can't become the president, but the rules change. Hiring within where? Hiring within the university, Whitley. Somebody from the university is going to become president that's already working there. They said they tired of y'all. I mean, if you take 80 applicants and then, as Brandy says, you grab the administrative assistant that's making copies at the copier and says, hey, do you want to be president, without doing any mass vetting, you might have some issues. Might have some issues that arise. You might just, you know, might cause some problems. I don't know. I'm just saying. I didn't know that they hired Hudson from within. And I don't know. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna? I don't know. Here's my thought process on rocking the boat, doing anything extra at this point in time. I would err on the side of caution in the times that we're living in and who our president is, and the fact that they plan on returning all of the power to the states when it comes to like the state universities and stuff like that. Like, they had to answer to the federal at some point in time. There are checks and balances, things that have to be abided by when the feds are involved with the Department of Education. But with Trump trying to dismantle all of this stuff and return power back to the states, I would not be trying to buckle anything like the stuff that FAMU's doing. I mean, I understand utilizing your celebrity status to gain momentum, but for me, I kind of feel like some of these issues, they need to be handled behind closed doors. You don't need to be like causing a whole bunch of scene and stuff, because Donald Trump can write an executive order tomorrow. I want to close all HBCUs. He can't do that. He's been doing whatever he wants. And what are you going to do about it? What can you do about it? There's nothing that you can do. So for me, I would rather just, as of right now, kind of toe the line. One thing that I will say about Jackson State, in all of these various situations that happen to us because of IHL, is we're very resilient. We've been able to still rise to the top in terms of our degree programs, you know, our athletics program, the band. Like, we've still been able to have some sense of I'm not going to say normalcy, but it's kind of like when you're used to malfunction, you're used to folks messing up, you learn how to navigate. Injunctive relief. What? Man, why would you even want to go through that, Tiger Nation? Why would you even want to buck against the system and cause that problem? Yes, we know that you can file a lawsuit. Yes, we know that the judges can say, oh, no, you can't do that. You got 90 days. We all know all of these things, but let's just not rock the boat. Let's just not rock the boat. Let's just wait. Who wants to go through it? What is the alternative? So the alternative is, of course, to do what we've been doing, which is, I hope you're not talking about what the court process is. Like if Trump says, shut down all the HBCUs, or are you talking about IHL? Because if you're talking about IHL, I already have the process on here, but it doesn't matter. They've foregone the process multiple times. So why does it matter? Here's the process right here. Let me see. You remove this. No, there's not. There's never a time where it's necessary. Okay, so this is the process that took place last year. Or not last year, in 2023. This is how it worked, and this is the result that we got, regardless of how IHL may or may not have it set up. This is what they ended up doing. So basically, they appointed a search committee, and there were 5 members from the IHL board that are part of the search committee for the school. And these are the 5 members that were a part of it. So that was the timeline, which I'm just going to really skip over because I've done this already, which basically talks about how Hudson received a vote of no confidence, how he took a leave of absence and then resigned, and they basically appointed acting president Elaine Anthony. Now, hey, Jerome.
Hey, D, I love. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Hi, Jerome.
Well, hey, Braxton. And first of all, happy Mother's Day to Mona.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Braxton.
Hi, Jerome.
So, Timona, I just wanted to. I'm sorry. I think I interrupted your point.
No, I was glad that you came on here. I've been talking for 2 hours. I'm so glad you're here. Please interject, please.
Yeah, last go around, unfortunately, there was in fact a preferred candidate that was number 1, but unfortunately, there were some alumni that jacked it up. One team, Dr. Anthony's name to be considered as a part of the finalists, and had they just left Well Love alone, we would be in a better situation right now. So I say that to say this, for those of you who are interested in starting some type of a movement or a campaign, or joining a movement or a campaign, I would advise you from my expertise and my experience to question who is at the table. If you notice anyone that is at the table spearheading this and they have a bad reputation, if they do not have a history of consistent quality results, substantial results, remove yourself from the table. And I'm just going to leave it at that. With respect to this new process that we're going through, I definitely agree with Simona. Things are a little bit too hot right now with who we have in office. And of course, he's looking to send the power and the money and jurisdiction, if you will, back to the states. Let's be very intentional on how we move collectively. And when we do move collectively, let's make sure we have extremely intelligent, savvy individuals with business acumen who know how to negotiate at the table.
And when you say that, you mean like in the back rooms, in the back door, in closed, in lunch meetings, playing golf. You don't necessarily mean like being loud and causing bad press, unwanted, negativity on the people who you're asking to make these decisions for you. You don't want to draw any extra fire.
And not just those who are loud and, abrasive. I'm speaking with respect also to individuals that don't have those skill sets that I just mentioned. If you know this person or these people do not come from certain backgrounds, don't get at the table with them because they're going to F it up. Just being honest. I have been a part of so many different phone conversations between very powerful entities and universities, and they do not care about titles. They do not care about alumni status. I can tell you that. What they care about with respect to who you bring to the table are individuals who actually have a background and consistent quality results. And if you're coming to the table with an army behind you, like a legit army, they find value in those type of individuals. Not someone who just has a title, not someone who just has an alumni status, not some local person that just happens to be, whatever. You need to come to the table with some substance. I'll put it that way.
And so Brandy asked in the chat, is the preferred candidate an option now or no without having to go through the revetting process? Like, do they have to go through a whole national search again, being that it's less than a year and a half, maybe? Is it less than a year and a half?
I mean, that's going to be at the discretion of the IHL.
Right.
If they want to go through that entire vetting process again, or if they just have already identified someone, and they're just moving forward, everything is just kind of preliminary. They're going through the paperwork, the contracts, etc. That's up to IHL. But because I'm seeing a lot of chatter, I'm seeing some chatter on social media about mobilizing, and we definitely need to mobilize. But honestly, guys, I'm gonna be real with you, just with respect to having a lot of substance about us as a collective. We're very reactive as opposed to, you know what I'm saying?
Proactive.
Because here's the thing, like I just read an article, right? Hampton University recently named top 20 schools by USA Today or US News World Report for having the highest APR. They were the only HBCU on the list with respect to APR. And I'm talking about alumni participation rate. If we're going to be proactive, we should have been, as a collective, trying to increase and strategize to increase our APR. Because when we have situations like this, when we come to the table, they're like, oh, your APR is like 35%. So we're actually going to listen to you because you're actually putting your money where your mouth is. You're actually supporting your institution. And this goes for all HBCUs that are not Hampton. Like, we can't complain about something, but our APR is in the single digits or the low teens. Like, who does that? Where they do that at? If we're going to be proactive, we're going to have consistent, aggressive campaigns to increase our enrollment. We're going to ask our employers, to partner with our institution for internships or grants or whatever. This is how, as a collective, when we come to the table, we come with something worth listening to. But if all those measurables are not there, they're not going to listen to. I mean, just get that out of your head. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, didn't you say that we have more? Well, not you, but isn't it a fact that when the alums bring money to the table in terms of paying the president, that we have more leeway? Or you have
when alumni are actually doing stuff, like when alumni are doing substantial. I'm not saying alumni, not just Jackson State, but all HBCUs, because we're all in some form or fashion giving back to the institution. But when we collectively, as a very large unit, mind you, we've got over 50,000 alumni, as a huge unit, we're giving back in certain spaces, whether it's athletics or to the Gap Fund or to scholarships or for internships or partnerships like corporate sponsorships with the university. If we were doing that as a mass unit, we would have leverage. But unfortunately, because there has been no true vision or no true communication as it pertains to those things, we just don't have that leverage. I'm sorry. And honestly, IHL consistently has showed us that we don't have any leverage. And we're not the first public institution in Mississippi to be upset with IHL. I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago, Ole Miss, their alumni association, their boosters, all of them, they were threatening to sue. They were threatening to do other things in response to IHL giving them a president that they didn't deem worthy. There's been other public institutions within Mississippi that are very upset with IHL as well. But again, y'all, we as a mass unit, it can't be like 1,000 of us or whatever. We have to be lockstep in mass. It has to be several thousands of us to be on one accord with a true vision. And we got to start now. And it's not going to come from, quote unquote, making demands. And we got to be very, very careful. I'm just being honest. There's a strategic way to get the results that we want. But I just feel as though in this reactionary type of culture that we have with a lot of our HBCU alumni, it's going to be counterproductive.
Right. And that's what I was.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, that's why I say that anytime there's a movement or anytime there's a strategy, please look at who is at the table. If you don't have any sharks at the table, if you don't have any dogs at the table, what I mean by that are alums that have a mass following like a Timona or KC 1400, or alums that are in these corporate spaces and they have ample resources, or leading industry specialists, right? Because we got a lot of them within the JSU community. If they're not at the table, we're not, as a collective, we're not going to have any leverage. Just being honest.
So somebody in the chat pointed out that Tate Reeves said that Jackson State deserves transparency. Do you feel like that was just like PR? I
feel like there is some, I think it can go both ways. I do know Prime, he made relationships with some of those folks like Sidney Hyde and I think Tate Reeves, and seeing a lot of the level of productivity Jackson State has had with the Celebration Bowl and the Rose Parade and the Super Bowl and just a lot of things, I can honestly say I feel that he does see value in Jackson State, because whether we want to admit it or not, the amazing things that JSU student athletes and band members and students and whatever consistently do, it makes Mississippi look good. And that in itself is a PR good move for Jackson State with respect to the state of Mississippi and how people perceive us. So I think there was some honesty in his statement. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
So the only thing that I would say with Tate Reeves is that, of course, the backlash that they received when this particular past president, President Thompson, I'm not going to say that it was disrespectful, but there was a lot of grumblings in his hiring. A lot of folks were upset with that. Like you said, there were some backyard dealings trying to push a different candidate, and you ended up messing it up for the most qualified candidate, right? Trying to basically playing chess and getting put in checkmate, right? And so for me, I feel like it is an embarrassment to the IHL to choose 3 consecutive presidents and for all of them to turn out the way that they did with no longevity. Even though Jackson State, like you said, has still been able to be prosperous. We're still, one of the biggest HBCUs in terms of our platform, and we're still being resilient. I feel like Tate Reeves probably does feel a little bit embarrassed because it is IHL's fault, and IHL is supposed to be appointing presidents. I don't think when they think of making it harder for Jackson State, I don't think that they envisioned having to continuously do these nationwide searches. When the boom went so I think that so here's my next question, because allegedly the Stephen Cunningham, excuse me, he was the committee chair for the 2023 presidential search. And allegedly, there are some rumblings, Dr. Cunningham, excuse me, he was the chair. There are some rumblings that he doesn't necessarily want to be the chair over the search committee again. He's not trying to fool with that. And he was our only Jackson State alum. And now I want to say G Ogletree at the end of this month is going to be his particular place on the board. I want to say he's being elevated to basically the chair over all of IHL. He's being elevated. So my question is, I know you talked a little bit about having alums participating in mobilizing. My question to you is, should they push for someone from in-house to be promoted to permanent president, or should we be pushing to do another search, or should we be pushing to just pull from some of the top qualified applicants from 2023?
Honestly, I'm open to all. There were some solid individuals that applied the last go around. Hell, there was an amazing individual that was a preferred candidate back in 2017 when Dr. Myers left. But I think the overall census from alums and the community is that regardless of who the JSU community identifies as a preferred candidate, IHL is going to go a different route. And I will say there has been movement in the IHL. There's been more diversity. There's been a shift when it comes to those who are in those positions. So one would think, okay, it's going to work out in our favor. But for whatever reason, things fell apart the last time. And I can say it was because of some alums not knowing when to shut up, not knowing when to pull back and to let the process play out. So sometimes we can be our own worst enemy, just being honest.
I'm just hoping that that IHL will say, okay, you know what? let's just go ahead and give them what they want. Let's go ahead and give the preferred candidate that they bring to the table. We're not going to keep going through this every year to a year and a half.
Yeah. And I will say, you know, again, it is so very important to identify who is at the table before we start giving a microphone or asking so-and-so person to speak on the behalf of the JSU community. And there's various stakeholders, you know, and we have
Especially if you don't know what the majority of everybody thinks. You don't want somebody with that big of a platform to speak, and they're speaking on behalf of, you know, for instance, JSU alums, and that's not how JSU alums feel.
Also, to piggyback off of that, you don't want someone that does not have that experience, whether it's relationships with higher education, relationships with corporate spaces, relationship building in itself, and just being effective as it pertains to producing consistent quality measurables. You don't want to have somebody like that who is speaking on behalf of 50,000, not just 50,000 alumni, but also speaking on behalf of those students, speaking on behalf of the JSU community. You want to have somebody that is polar opposite of that, that may come from a corporate space or has, you know, experience in higher ed, experience with relationship building, maybe crisis management, maybe fundraising, right, on a mass scale. You want someone like that speaking on behalf of your contingency.
Well, I was actually very excited. I know you probably heard me speaking of Dr. Denise Jones Gregory. I was actually very excited to read all that information on her background and her legacy in terms of her family and where she comes from and what she's achieved at Jackson State, and not only at Jackson State, just in her career. Can you speak a little bit about Dr. Denise Jones Gregory, Jerome?
Yeah, I can say that she is very well beloved and well respected. Emphasis on respected in so many different industries, different circles, not just the JSU circles, especially there in Alabama. She has a litany and a list of various resources and connections and relationships. So on the front end, I mean, she looks very solid, definitely a true blue tiger. She has an impeccable reputation on campus. But if you can add some clarity to Mona, I know the last go around, the IHL, they were saying that they didn't want to, or maybe it was Dr. Cunningham, was it that they didn't want the acting president to be eligible, or was it the interim? Because she's interim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I just went to the JSU Facebook page and it said she's the interim president.
So I just remember that was kind of one of the rules, is that you could not submit your name. But I also know that, so basically when president or acting president Elaine Hayes, when she was interested in applying, right, and that rule was, you know, that's the rule, but they basically allowed her to, so she got the chance to do that,
right?
And we could probably, that's something where we would have to know what is the difference between an acting president and an interim president. Let me see, at a university. Because that might be like the verbiage is different. Okay, so it's the acting president is a short term role appointed when the sitting president is temporarily unavailable due to illness, leave, or sudden departure. They have limited scope, so that means they don't make major decisions or long-term strategic changes. They just primarily focus on day-to-day operations, running until the president returns or a long-term solution is found. It can be internal, often a senior administrator or provost already on campus. The interim president is a medium-term role appointed when a president resigns, retires, or is removed, and there is no immediate permanent replacement. As an interim president, you have broader authority, so you have more latitude to make decisions and lead the institutions, though sometimes still expected to defer big strategic shifts to the next permanent president. Transition management, you're expected to stabilize the institution, possibly guide a presidential search process, and maintain leadership during the search period. Sometimes they come from outside, so it's often a retired university president or an experienced administrator brought in to serve during the search for a new permanent president. In the IHL board, they distinguish the two based on urgency, duration, and authority. Interim presidents are typically publicly appointed with formal duties, while acting presidents are often internal and temporary. So that is the difference in interim president and acting. And as an example, they actually have an example of a difference. So the example that they give is acting president Elaine Hayes Anthony at Jackson State University. In early 2023, Jackson State University, Thomas Hudson was placed on administrative leave following a faculty vote of no confidence. The IHL appointed Dr. Elaine Hayes Anthony, then serving as a department chair at JSU, as acting president. So she had temporary leadership. Her appointment was intended to maintain daily operations during the president's absence. As acting president, she was expected to avoid major strategic decisions. Dr. Hayes Anthony was an internal candidate already at a part of the university administration, and she served in that capacity until the IHL appointed a new president. An interim president example is Tracy M. Cook at Alcorn State University. She, in July 2023, President Ontario Wooden resigned after a brief tenure. The IHL board named Tracy Cook as interim president, and her role was to lead the university during the search for a permanent president, but she had extended leadership, broader authority, and potential for permanency. So it says interim presidents are sometimes considered for the permanent position. So I guess that's our question.
I'll say this, you know, for me, and I'm just speaking on behalf of me, looking at
my wording is wrong then, just to put that out there. My wording on my thing would be wrong because it says acting president and it should say interim. So I'll change that because it says acting. I didn't know there was a difference. Not until I deep delve inside of it. So it should actually say interim president.
So let me give some food for thought for everybody. It's just very interesting, the caliber of individual and leadership that we had under Dr. Mason, and then, of course, heading into Dr. Myers. When I say caliber, I'm talking about their background, their credentials. We're talking about, with respect to Dr. Myers, a woman who graduated from Howard. She got her master's and her PhD from Georgia Tech in the 70s, at a time where Georgia Tech was very much so racist and sexist. And to see what she was able to do at North Carolina A&T with respect to productivity in the engineering department, and even Dr. Mason, it's just weird how it's almost been a consistent dumbing down of our leadership as it pertains to credentials. Because we went from Dr. Myers to Dr. Bynum, whom, regardless of his personal affairs, looking at his background, it did not align with what Jackson State had morphed into. Just with respect to, again, productivity, engineering, STEM, College of Business, just every discipline, he did not align to that. And then, of course, transitioning into President Hudson, whom he was internal, but he was more so on the legal side of JSU. He had no prior experience in that space with relationship building, with fundraising, with international affairs like Dr. Mason. And then we crawl all the way down to the previous president. It's time for us to get back to getting a president with the type of credentials that the JSU community has been used to over the last 20 years. And those credentials include, I would say, massive fundraising, because that's one thing Dr. Mason and Dr. Myers specialized in. Also being strategic, forming relationships, expanding relationships, having an emphasis on STEM, increasing our enrollment, increasing the academic profile, increasing the alumni participation rate, continuing to expand our brand and athletics and the band. These are all things that we want to have in a president.
Right. And I will say this, because you did say fundraising and you did say the ability to procure money and stuff like that and increase enrollment. I will say this, despite whatever transpired that, caused him to resign, President Thompson is probably, if we're going to just keep it a buck, in the last, 3 or 4 presidents, he's probably the only one that has been able to secure substantial amounts of money from the Mississippi Senate and House or appropriations, basically. And on top of that, he did secure a $2 million grant, I guess, from Intergy or something like that. So how he absolutely, in terms of whether or not he had any type of substantial experience, I would basically say he had none, but he had, like you said, the relationships and the he had the relationships and he had the ability to utilize those relationships for the benefit of Jackson State University. So, a lot of times we question when folks are like, more on the conservative side or rubbing elbows with the Republicans, but at the end of the day, you're going to need someone who can do that.
Absolutely. And let's be clear, most HBCU presidents from a historical standpoint and current, they're Republicans, whether you like it or not. I mean, if you see who their relationships are with, they're Republicans. Go where the money is. But let's also be clear, when it comes to relationships, it's not just with respect to in Mississippi or within Jackson. We need folks to Dr. Myers' caliber, to Dr. Mason's caliber. You guys got to understand, if you go back and research old articles, they were forming relationships and had relationships with individuals coast to coast. And they were hip-hopping around the country, securing, donations, securing grants, etc., for the university. So we need someone with that type of skill set to either develop those relationships or they are bringing them to the table. Because as we know, Jackson State for quite some time has been designated a national university. So I never try to, I guess, compare JSU, and this is no shade to anyone else. I never try to compare JSU to like Alcorn or Valley or Southern or whatever, because they're considered to be regional. When you have a national designation, we got to look like it. We from our social media to how we interact with other institutions, how we participate in various conferences, we have to look like a national institution. And we have to show that on a consistent basis with relationships, with marketing and promoting our students who are from coast to coast and doing amazing things within their classes. We have to continue to market our alumni that are top performers in all industries. We got to continue to look like a national university. And that's something that I would like to see out of the next president.
I agree. Jordan says IHL are literally in existence for these purposes. So where the fuck do they? Oops, excuse me. Where do they get off not wanting to work? We need a president that's going to ask Jeff Bezos' ex-wife for some money. I remember when Jeff Bezos' ex-wife was giving out money, and I remember one of the things that she was looking at was longevity at universities and lack of like scandals or stability,
Yeah.
right? And so that was a contributing factor in who received what money.
Yep. And that was actually in the article, if anybody wants to look it up. Her spokesperson specifically said that. That's the reason why she gave the money to Alcorn. Is Mr. Ford on here?
He was on here earlier, but I guess he ended up doing something. Not you calling out Mr. Ford for once in your life. He usually calling you out.
He's probably getting ready for Mother's Day, so that's cool.
Yeah. Hit up Melissa Gates while we're talking billionaire divorcees. Where's Diddy? We need him. We don't need Diddy.
I'm gonna tell you what we do need. You know, guys, we are 2 years out of our 150th anniversary. Most universities, especially HBCUs, within about 3 to 5 years of that milestone anniversary, they will launch a very aggressive capital campaign. We have not had a capital campaign probably since Dr. Mason's first couple of years. We're past due for another capital campaign. And it needs to be launched ASAP because we're 2 years out. So that's something that we need as a collect. Now, we can't control that from the university standpoint, but I will say from an alumni standpoint and those who support us, there are things that we can continue to do and increase. Of course, you know, KC 1400, he has his collective. There's some departments at Jackson State that have kicked off some fundraising efforts. So there's other ways that we can contribute in this interim space and this transitional space to support the students in the university. So if we can maybe highlight those, whether it's the engineers, I know they recently celebrated 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So,
the GAP Fund.
Yeah, the GAP Fund is very, very important. As you guys know, that GAP Fund helps to clear students' balances and to help students that are in distress. I know that the engineering department, maybe a couple years ago, they celebrated 20 years of existence. I don't know if they've kicked off anything, you know, to commemorate that. The executive PhD program recently celebrated 20 years. And as we know, there have been a plethora of folks in higher education that received their PhD from Jackson State. I want to say there are currently 7 or 8 sitting presidents of a university or a community college that has come through Jackson State in some capacity. So there's a lot of different spaces at JSU that we can help to contribute to push their end goal. But, you know, the first thing, we really need to kick off an aggressive and intentional capital campaign. I think Alabama A&M, they, I know this year they celebrated 150, and they had a very consistent campaign over the last 1 or 2 years, and they had a capital campaign as well, and they raised several $1 million. So I know we can definitely do the same. As big as our brand is, we can do amazing things if it's strategic, it's intentional, we got the right folks at the table who have that background, and we get the buy-in from everybody.
So we have a couple of questions in the chat. One of them is that not the purview of our alumni president? And then Whitley said, we need some level of continuity in the president's office to assist with these types of initiatives.
So most of the time, you know, the capital campaigns are kicked off by the university. So that is a collaborative effort from alumni affairs to the person in charge of external giving, to whoever's in administration, all the deans. It's a collective effort. And of course, in addition to that, you know, the athletic boosters, the alumni association, It's just a big collaborative effort.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I am excited in the sense that I'm glad that they were able to stabilize the university quickly, right? Going ahead and getting the interim president, Dr. Denise Jones Gregory, putting her into place, that kind of culled any types of like fears that, we're going to have a misstep or miss out on something, or things were going to get lost in translation. So even though we've been, having these trials and tribulations with IHL and the presidents, I'm glad that they were able to swiftly make that decision. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to all develop. It is definitely going to be an interesting conversation, as you said, like for the alums to have on the trajectory of the university, because I felt like where we were going with President Thompson, it was promising, right? The where he wanted to go in terms of building the brand, the support for the band was good. The support for athletics was good. The student engagement, everything was good, until he had to resign. But what I'm saying is that message that was being put forth was good. Hopefully,
And there's momentum.
Right.
Yeah, there's definitely momentum. And in my opinion, when it comes to these types of situations, especially any type of crisis management or crisis type situation, I look at it as an opportunity. My major at JSU was mass comm, and delving into public relations and media relations and all that. That's a skill set that I love, because it's an opportunity for any PR person or whatever. That's like Christmas, because it's an opportunity to really galvanize folks. That's when most of the people within your contingency have a level of interest. Like they're back focused on the school. They're like, hey, how can we help? What do we do? That's the perfect time for that person to galvanize all of that, round everybody up, and move lockstep and key to a certain direction. It's also a great opportunity because all eyes are on your university and your community to really start pumping more marketing materials, promotionals, etc., out to your base and within social media, because there's going to be more eyes on the institution already. So I think the athletics is doing a great job. So let's see where we go. This is definitely a promising time. And to Timona's point, we've got momentum, given athletically and academically everything that we've done. Let's keep moving forward, but just ask the university, hey, how can I help? Whether it's the Gap Fund, whether it's specific departments on campus that you can align with, getting your company to partner with the institution. This is a great time to do that.
All right. Are all hearts and minds clear? I think
Absolutely.
so.
Thank you, Timona, for having me up. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Jerome. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming on.
All right, take care.
That was none other than Jerome Brooks. We appreciate him for always coming on and giving us that Jackson State True Blue intellectual insight on all things HBCU. I want to thank Braxton for coming on tonight and doing his little segment. Braxton is adamant about doing a segment at least once a week, or might do it twice a month. Yeah, twice a month he can do a little segment of his own. So we'll get him into that. Thank you so much for the Mother's Day wishes. I appreciate everybody for rocking with me tonight. Tuesday. Okay, so tomorrow is, of course, none other than the SWAC softball championship. We're going to see how that goes. Jackson State versus FAMU. It's in the morning. So I guess I will see you guys back here on Tuesday. And on top of that, we have our men team, the baseball team, battling it out to try to make it to the tournament. So that's where we're at right now. Please like, share, subscribe, and I don't want to make any promises that I'll be back Tuesday unless something big happens. So maybe I should just say, turn your notifications on and I'll post. It'll probably be Thursday. It says, and the OTF championship starts tomorrow. What is that? Track and field? What is OTF? I don't know what OTF is. Is that track and field? Thank you, Pop Light Brown, for the Mother's Day wishes. Thank you, Truth Bearer. Please let's get this win. Yes. Thank you, Tiger Nation Undefeated. Miss Natasha, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Whitley. And all the other mothers. Outdoor track and field. That's what I thought. Outdoor track and field. All right. So we got some championships coming. I don't want to make any promises, though. But what I will be doing is I will be posting more content in the community, which is basically like pictures. So if I find, hey, Miss Rochelle, good to see you, Miss Rochelle. So if I see, like, you know how we found that picture of Irv Mulligan, I'm going to try to do some deep diving to see if I can find more photos of him. But that will be in the community post unless I find videos of these young men working out. If you see it, the videos of them working out, send it to me on Twitter or Facebook so that I can post it. Lastly, I'm gonna just make the announcement because the stuff dropped. I posted a video of Shedeur yesterday, doing a workout video, which, mind you, let's just keep it a buck. I have been posting. I posted, who did I post? I posted our defensive line working out. I posted Travis Terrell working out. I posted Nate Rember, and I posted a video of Jacoby and Morgan. So I'm not going to stop, of course, posting our young men and doing what they're doing. But baby, when I got that, it takes like 24 to 48 hours to see how much you made off of a video. Baby, when I saw that, this channel is SheLovesShedeur Sanders. So don't take it as, oh, she's hopping on the bandwagon, because if you've known me, then you've known that I've always advocated for Shedeur. But baby, I will be posting more of those clips. Okay? After I got that drop. Oh yeah. So you're going to see a lot more. And one of the reasons why I didn't follow the wave to Colorado is because I didn't want him to go to Colorado. I ain't trying to be funny, but I didn't want him to go. I wanted him to stay at Jackson State. But now that he's in the NFL, that's the NFL. So I will be posting clips of not just Shedeur, but it seems like majority of the clips from everywhere is Shedeur, but I'll be finding other clips of our HBCU young men working out. Like I said, if you find some pictures or whatnot, send them to me and I will be posting them. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me. Happy Mother's Day, and I will see you guys next week. I've had some good days.
I've had some good days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around, and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my can hardly see the Lamb. I ask the question, Lord. Lord, why should it be that He, Lord, who knows one day from me? Although my weary eyes, they can't see, so I'll just say, thank you, Lord. I won't complain. But He is so good to me. He's been good to me. More than this world or you could ever be. He's been so good. But He, Lord, who knows one day from me? Although my weary eyes, they can't see, so I'll just say,